So what I'm doing right now is I'm making a character creator, and I'm trying to link all the body parts of the character, because you'll be able to it's like Mortal Online or whatever. Not Mortal. What's it, Mortal? There was a game in the past where you could like attack anybody anywhere and like damage them, and that's the same concept this game has. So as you can see here, we'll have various parts.
Charger for S23, S23 Plus, or S23 Ultra. This Anchor East charger is the move, and I'm gonna link it.
Check this out. I'm gonna show you how I afford this car. Okay, you ready? Alright, $118 for car insurance. That's how much I was paying. Okay? I picked up the car a few months ago, and watch this. Ready? $97 premium. After playing 28 minutes tonight, Ben Simmons had to leave last night's game early with knee soreness. Head coach Jacques Vaughn talked to the media about it. Here's what he had to say.
The goal is, in my eyes, I'll say this, is for everyone to play every game and to do what's necessary to be prepared to play every game.
Left arm.
This certain amount of minutes that each individual played is different. Some played evenly tonight.
Unity is still working on the
you just have to give credit to the guys who
rigging component or whatever assets, and I feel like they still have a long way to go,
I show up to the restaurant to hang out with my dog.
because the current system they have right now is like over designed. It's supposed to be simple so that anybody can like pick it up and use it, but right now the system they have is like they are trying to make like simple stuff overly complicated pretty much,
I go up there and the young lady
and that's the problem. Like the default version of Unity is pretty good, but as more and more stuff get added to it, I have a feeling like the engineers just want to make it more complex and make it seem like something like they're trying to make things seem new, but these things are things that have been here for a long time, and there's like no need to make it different from what it actually is.
Evaluation on teams. He said Boston and Milwaukee are very good teams. You know, he does a lot of scouting.
Anyways, this seems like a tool. Well, it is a tool. It's gonna help me assign these basic stuff, transforms to the exact place that it's supposed to be, because right now what I'm trying to do is finish this inspector, like make it in a make the basic setup to be working. That's what I'm trying to do. And go here, right? Something like this. You can click on any of these buttons and it will show you stats. And obviously there are default stats like your ability scores. You have constitution, dexterity, uh, wisdom, charisma, uh, intelligence, I guess, and stuff like that. They're gonna be down here. And then when you are editing your character, you just click on the component part property or whatever, and you can just drag your slider and make the character a bit, I mean the part a little bit larger or smaller if you want. All right, we got a head, we got a chest. Hold up, we don't have the chest. Do we have the chest? Yes, we do. And we can see if we have that in here. Head, neck, shoulder, arms, chest. Good. And these are the classes. We got Bard, we got Barbarian. Actually, this is the Barbarian, this is the Bard. Oh my god. And then we have Cleric, we have Druid, we have Fighter, we have Monk, we have Paladin, we have Ranger, we have Rogue, we have Sorcerer, we have Warlock, we have Wizard. And these are all set up in a basic form. And they are all ready to go. Like they are all ready for me to start putting stuff into them. Right? You can say the architecture is already in place pretty much, and that's what I'm still working on for the like all of these things like the UI and stuff. These are all architecture, and content itself will start being added after I'm done with the architecture. I wonder if this music is too loud. Hello. I don't think it's that loud. I should probably hide this so you guys can see the classes. Alright, we have the Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin. I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 classes in D&D 5e. At least the free one, the free license. And those are the classes I'm working on. And we have their models and everything here. We have these are races. We have Dragonborn, we have Gnome, we have Half Elf, we have Orc, and their models are in here. Now I'm making this model myself. I made these myself, so they are not that pretty. Indie game dev guys, but they are what you would expect, in a sense that like you should be able to identify the race just by looking at it. All right, that was my overall goal, and you should be able to identify which gender it is just by looking at it. Maybe you might not recognize the female gender for the orc, but just by looking at the hip, you'll be able to tell if it is a male or female. This is the FBX itself, the primary FBX. So you can tell from the hip if it's a male or female. Like just subtle details, like small details to make it identifiable in a sense. And then you have the male human, right? You should be able to tell the races apart. Right, there's a human male and a human female. got elves. Now the elf and the human are a little bit similar, but you can tell from the ears that they are a little bit different. But the elf male and the I think the females, they do kind of look similar to humans. I'm not gonna lie, but there's a little bit of difference there in their body structure, like coming down. Like you can see from like the legs, like I think the human female legs are a little bit different. All right, let's see here. I don't know. It's a little bit different. Like I'm sure people will be able to tell from these. But yeah, one of the differences is the ears, and apart from like just the model, like the type of outfit that these characters will be having will also be unique in a way that will help differentiate the various races. Right? We have gnomes. Gnomes have bigger ears and they are shorter. You can really tell because they are. It's just the prefab in here, but they are shorter and they are a lot thicker. You can see the gnome female. She's a lot thicker and shorter. We have orc, half orcs. We already show you guys these. We have tiefling as well, and you can see they look a little more demonic. Tiefling have that demonic vibe to them, and you can see from their horn, and they also have the tiefling tail, and unfortunately due to the overall lockstep and rollback netcode type of design that I'm having for combat in this game, the animation is gonna be a little more tasking in a sense. It's gonna be busy work. So I have decided not to animate stuff like the tails and stuff for now. But there might be like cosmetic and stuff that you can purchase like add-ons, and excuse me, and you'll be able to use those to animate your character. Anyways, and then we have the Dragonborn. These looks like dinosaurs or like lizards. So yeah. Again, my overall goal was to ensure that when you see a model, you know which type of race it is and like how it plays in a sense, which type of advantage it's gonna have. Like if this model perform a biting action, like just by looking at it, you can tell that it will have a lot stronger bite force than a human would if a human perform a bite combat action in a sense and stuff like that. So there will be grab, bite, you can knock down, and I think there might be knock up, but that will be for monk class only in a sense. And maybe shield bash might knock somebody up, and that won't be locked to a specific class. Well, shield bash will be like a paladin or a fighter thing. So yeah, I said it won't be locked to one class. Maybe it'll be like two classes that will be locked to, but yeah, that'll be that. And it's a lot of work, and I've been working on this for like 3 years, and I have received some help from musicians in a sense, and I did get a little bit for 3D modeling. That's where it was really difficult for me to find people to help me get some models done. So I had to learn how to do 3D modeling myself, this sword is not made by me. This sword was made by somebody who volunteered and was in my Discord. I probably forgot the name right now, but yeah, this is one of a voluntary. This is one of a product that was made by a volunteer. And there's a loot chest as well. Well, I think I made this. I made these. Yeah. I think the key was made by somebody else. Yeah, it is. And yeah, just basic stuff I've been working on so far. Man. All right. I gotta do something here real quick. Anyways, that's what I've been working on. I'm really excited to get back to this project because I've been away for a little bit, taking some breaks. Doing all of this is easy for you to get burnout. Like, so I said 3 years, right? So I've been in school, and I just graduated. So while in school, I was working on the net code. I did my research, and from what I was seeing so far with the failures of most indie games, it was basically due to netcode. So I decided to spend a decent amount of my time working on the netcode. I started with Photon, and I was using PlayFab as my full stack operation, saving my data into PlayFab storage and using Lambda function in AWS to make RPC remote procedural calls to the server, database server and back. And that was a long time ago. And PlayFab actually got acquired by Microsoft now, so I don't even know how that works anymore. How you can, how the service works anymore. After that, I started using I was using Photon, and then I started using Socket.io. Socket.io was good, but then I started getting some problems because the extension that I downloaded from the asset store, the developer, he didn't program the asset properly. There were memory leaks, and sometimes disconnection issues and timeouts issue and all that stuff was going on with the Socket.io thing. So I had to build my own solution, and this is my solution right here. QuasiNet. This is pure TCP and UDP combined, and I made this by using the Microsoft doc and doing some research online and all that stuff, and doing experiments. I was using Docker, and I learned Docker. I learned Kubernetes, and I tried to deploy my server with Docker and stuff on VPCs, virtual private clouds and stuff. And I learned a lot about networking and stuff like that by doing those experiments. Again, it was very like I had to stay super motivated and like super focused, because these experiments, like, they were very challenging in that, like, I was getting errors in places that I wouldn't be expecting to have errors. Like, I went at some point, like, I actually had a situation where I didn't have run-in background on the setting for it on in my Unity scene, and I would deploy my server and stuff like that, and I would just stuff won't work, right? So I, like, while working on this, I have learned so much about everything pretty much. It's not just one thing. Like, it was a huge struggle. I'm not gonna lie. It was an insane amount of work, insane amount of struggle, and the things that I know right now, they are like engineers who actually do that, or who actually know about it, or who don't know about it as also, right? They are like, I know so much deeper stuff about Unity that most people won't know, and like what I know, you actually like pay engineers to do pretty much. So my understanding is at an engineering level. And anyways, I'm gonna, in the future, I'm moving from Unity to something else. I'm gonna try to build my own not really an engine in a sense, but just a layer over an existing library in a sense, and it's gonna be a different platform. It's not gonna be desktop and PC and stuff. And I'm still working on that. Anyways, the server is it was made with JavaScript and Node.js, and yeah. Let's see if we can add a slider. This is enough for me to start testing. So what I want to do right now is, when you, let's disable this and go out of here and go into 2D and go into here and slide into this. Open this up. Alright, so I want, when you click on any of these editors component, like the slider and stuff, can actually affect that item that you select. So yeah, this is the head. I guess I'll start with the button, right? I gotta link the button to something, and we have the UI menu or whatever. Let me put my lenses on, my spec. Buttons. It's character creator. It is your main menu button. It's a specific section of the main menu. Let's go to the menu manager. We go to character abilities, feats, inventory, inspector. This is where we want to be. We say yes, we want to enter here. It's a button. On click. this isn't exposed to the editor here. So we're gonna have to find. We're gonna use the initial way to target it. So click next button. This is character inspector. I wonder if I should make a separate UI for the editor itself. I actually don't want to because everything is merged, and I'm not gonna go crazy on this interface because it's just gonna be too much work. I want there to be like editable options and stuff, customization, but I'm not gonna keep my hopes up. I mean, push my hopes as high as making it as a AAA quality type of editing. That's not what this game is about. So we'll put an event listener. You click on the button, and then this UI needs, this section right here needs it needs to be a separate object that will like adjust itself. Inspector slider. How do you call this though? Is it gonna be a stats, main stats reviewer? These are also stats down here. Stats viewer, editor, stat viewer, editor, stat viewer. Naming is also really important. So most of my time, making this game have been spent on like thinking about how I can name stuff, design stuff, so that in the future when I come back, like the way I do these days, like I'll go for like I used to be doing, like I'll go for like months and stuff to take breaks, and then when I come back, you know, it was really easy for me to understand where I stopped because of the naming and the overall folder ordering, structuring, and everything. I guess we'll put everything in the inspector here. More how this character inspector. Oh wait. I don't think we need that in here. I'm streaming. something to select the object. You gotta select the object, and it's a button. It's an event. You click on it. It takes in if you're taking a string, if you're taking an enum or something. Button on click. I'm not using Unity event, but event. I'm using something else to save my sanity. Because firing too much event in Unity can lead to problems. We need somewhere to select something. I want to add stuff here, but I don't want to mess up. I'll make a strut or something. I want to add stuff here. I don't want to mess the overall like these. I don't want to make it too confusing. Click. We gotta pass something here. Then you click this. I could just make a void, and like a method to be called like on click on selection change to head or something, on select head component or something. Or I could just put the various the names of these stuff into an enum or something and use that. Now I won't have to worry about messing up the strings and stuff like that. It's spelling. Let's see if we can do that. Provide a balance. If you just make a different toggle. Use enum, we'll probably shouldn't put everything in here. It's gonna be messy. We gotta put that in the humanoid or character mesh or something. Hey, I want to offer. Oh my god. I thought I just had my first comment of the year, but it's a bot trying to sell stuff for my channel. My channel barely got created in a sense. Like, it's the first stream of the entire year. Like a baby stream, and then I'm getting a commercial bots on my channel. The quality is guaranteed to be the best. Oh my god. Bot ban blocked. So where were we? We were trying to get ear. Can I adjust it, make it bigger? No. Actually, it doesn't matter how big. I mean, if you make your ear big, the shape is not gonna change, so that the classes can actually be identifiable. So the ear could be added to the list of genes that could change. Oh Lord. Might have to edit the array because there are more stuff being added. All right. So selection. So you can have pets on your character. You can have pets on the head and so on. So I'm gonna have to add those. As well. As for now, just the head is fine. And we have the head, we have chest. I don't even know. Alright, you edit these, you select them. I think my goal right now is to just show the stats for these guys when you select them. Like, you click the head and then you see the stats for it in here, and and you click this, you see the stats. That's the most important part of this UI so far. The editing part, like, I don't think that's my top priority right now. So I need to start working on the table stats and what will represent them here, what will contain them here, like the text and stuff. That's what I gotta start working on. So instead of doing this, I should probably zoom here. Alright. So like that. That's in the head of the character. Let's see. Go here. Most of these are on the server side because it was a lot faster to program those in the server than on the client here. Go to character. Look at the head. What do we have? We have the name. Well, this is underline a private property, read only. We have ID. This is read only as well. Yes, size. I wonder if I should show this size of the person. That would be so funny. Like if somebody just made a character head super large, and then everybody look at his stats and be like, your head is 6 inches wide, 750 inches tall. And that would be funny. Alright, if I'm adding head, I'm gonna have to find a measuring unit. We'll use inches. I will show this part. Color, head color. It's basically the skin. Like people will not be able to change their hair color to, their head color to like a completely different color. They will be able to adjust it a little bit. Like that's what I was talking about when I said the editing is not like, it's not gonna be like AAA or whatever, or like it's not gonna be crazy, right? Because I want to stay true to the roots of D&D. I want to stay true to the roots of actual MMORPGs and what they were actually meant to be and what they were in the past. That a lot of modern MMOs that came out and failed actually forgot to recognize, in a sense. Simple stuff like being able to tell your race apart, being able to having your race sense of culture and a sense of place, in a sense, like your origin and stuff like that. Those are things that a lot of games don't recognize, and I believe this will add like a much better taste in the player's mouth for when they experience my game. So they might hate it, like, because it is a little bit limiting, but overall it will keep the structure that is needed for the game to be identified as a true MMO. So I'm gonna keep it. We have pet ID or whatever, pet stats and all that stuff. That could I guess you should be able to tell your pet stats by clicking on your pet itself, not through the character stats page. So we will add these, and recovery stats. Okay, these are what you want to what I want to add into the actual UI itself. So you have stuff like charm, you have stuff like cripple, you have fall damage recovery, and you have fear, you have grab. If somebody grab you, if you want to fight and break loose, you need mana in a sense, right? Your recovery are like mana stats for specific type of actions that you can do, or specific recovery in a sense, resistance to specific things that can be applied to your effects and action that can be applied to you. We have petrify, we have polymorph, we have root. If you get rooted about ranger or about trap or something, they got silence here. If you are attacking a mage and they silence you and stuff, if you are a mage yourself, you might not be able to use your spell because you have to speak out your spell. Some spells you have to speak out, some you can just cast, but if you are silenced, you can use your spell. Some spells, then we got slows. If you are slow as a melee character, that's bad for you because you won't be able to get close enough to hit. We got stun, bad for everybody. People do not like stun, but stun is gonna be in this game. Players will just have to learn how to work around it. Yeah, stasis. And then we have taunt and stuff like that. So these are all from D&D, and so yeah, so we gotta add these to the UI somehow, some way, some form. Recovery, let's see if I want to check in the server and see if there's any stats that I might be missing. We have resistance, we have roams. Holy Jesus, this is too much. There's too much stats. Oh my god, this is too much stats, guys. Resistance. These are equipment stats. So what's I wonder if I can put equipment stats in here as well. Like the window is not that big. So there are two tips UI, right? So I could use those to show like generic stats that all contribute to a main stat. So I guess like what's gonna be is like your overall recovery, like based on how much points you have in your recovery, what's the overall stats, like ranking in a sense of that. Alright, so I don't know if recovery is in D&D. I know there's resistance. I'm gonna have to pull up the sheet real quick. Pull up this sheet really quick. We have resistant combat, acid, bludgeoning. We have cold, we have fire, we have force, lightning, necrotic, piercing, poison, psychic, radiant, slashing, and thunder. These are resistances, and these are in the gear that you wear. Let me see. If I have recovery stats in here, I'm gonna keep those. But if I don't, I might have to delete the those stats. I don't know. I don't know what inspired me to do that. Let's see. Okay, we do have recovery here. They are in the equipment for shoulders and stuff like that. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna keep those. Alright, so we have to show recovery stats. Or we can say RP, your recovery point, your total RP, and your total resistance RIP. No, not RIP recipes. Resistant increase. I guess we'll say your total RI and your total recovery. So it's complicated. Let's see. Alright, so I do know how many slots are these. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 slots or whatever. I'm having this feeling that this little UI area is not big enough. It's not going to meet the requirement. I think I should bring it all the way down. Or I should keep it like this and have a scrollable thingy UI right here. And the user can scroll down. Your ability score is going to take out this entire space. Let's go to this here with these and see how that looks. Let's do this. Recovery stats. Recovery stats. I wonder if I should have buttons, like multiple buttons, like you click one button and then you see more buttons to click to see specific stats. It's gonna be more script to be written if I'm gonna use. I'm gonna take this out of here, bring it below it. Let's see if we can stretch this all the way down, and then use that to preview. So if a user clicks stats, so you click on this, the head, and you see edit the editor for it, and the editor will be this right here, and you can edit that way. But if you click on, I think recovery is on the equipment. Let me hide this real quick. So what I did was I changed this to this right here, so I can add more stats into the page and have it all be linked in one setting. Now what's up with this? Oh, that's the parent. And just take this back to the parent. Maybe I might have to stretch the entire. No, that's not gonna work. and then go here and maybe I can do this. That works. This ladder is not in the right spot though. Editor, I have to make 2 of these. Duplicate. Sometimes Unity just crash when you undo stuff in the editor, so that's one of the things to watch out for. Character, body, editor, that's that. And then this here's the stats, board or whatever. And we can maybe drag this in here, drag it up, put something. Enable it, and when that's enabled, we might have to disable this. Alright, and then we'll disable this when this is enabled as well. Anyways, for now we're looking at stats, not editing stuff. So I want to be able to click an icon and then see the stats in it. Now I can use text to align these, or I can just write out the entire stats in one text page. I can make individual text lines like a UI and go to text and do it like that, like one at a time, or I can just use one text. Where was I? Alright, I can do this and then clone and then do more for all stats, or I can just use one of this and just put everything in it. It's gonna be lazy, but I wonder if that's gonna work. To test that, we're gonna bring this down here. We're gonna it's gonna be messy. Normal. Reduce the size, auto size or whatever. That's pretty good. Line. I don't think that's how this is supposed to work. I'm not good with Test Mesh Pro, but apparently it is better than the Unity default UI system. Well, I can do that. Put everything into one single UI display. I guess that's enough theory crafting for today, guys. I'm gonna end the stream and take a break and work on a different project. But today what I did so far was I changed the character model for the human because it had a misspelling in it. So I did that. I thought about how I was gonna make the UI. I narrowed down my focus onto displaying the stats first. And my goal now is to write an on hover, like on mouse click or something for the slots in here. So whenever you have a button that just says edit down here, so that when you click it, then you know that you're editing, or you're gonna have to click these individual buttons. Alright, I'm gonna add a specific edit button here, and this button is gonna switch on and off this UI, as well as in the process switch the data that will be displayed when you click on any of these. So by doing that, the mode will be set from either edit to inspect. So for now, we are just gonna enable inspect by default, and when you click this button, it knows that you're about to inspect something, so it will show you the stats. Now if you click edit before clicking the button here, then the button will not show you the stats. Instead, it will show you an editor UI right here. So that's my theory crafting, that's my design so far, and I'm gonna write it down and see how I can work on this little by little. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow or something. Goodbye.